Who CC is rocking with? Tyrese Haliburton playfully trolls Caitlin Clark ahead of Iowa rivalry. Tyrese Haliburton may be sidelined with an Achilles injury, but that hasn't stopped him from having some fun at the expense of fellow basketball star Caitlin Clark. Ahead of the highly anticipated Iowa State vs. Iowa football rivalry matchup at Jack Trice Stadium, the Indiana Pacers guard decided to stir the pot with a playful question. Appearing on Fox Sports' Big Noon Kickoff on Sunday morning, Haliburton briefly took over the show's social media channels. While doing so, he lobbed a cheeky question toward Clark. Would she be cheering for her beloved Iowa Hawkeyes, her alma mater, or showing support for the Iowa State Cyclones, the school where Haliburton's brother once suited up as a backup quarterback? Who CC is rocking with? Haliburton teased, leaving fans eager to see if Clark would respond. The Clark-Haliburton connection. The light-hearted jab carried extra weight because of the growing bond between the two Indiana basketball stars. Since Clark was drafted by the Indiana Fever earlier this year, she and Haliburton have been linked as the new faces of hoops in a state where basketball is more than just a game. Their mutual respect has been evident, with Haliburton openly supporting Clark during her WNBA debut season and Clark praising Haliburton's leadership with the Pacers. For that reason, Haliburton's playful trolling struck the perfect balance between humor and rivalry banter. It wasn't just a random shot, it was a reminder of how intertwined their stories have become in Indiana sports culture. Clark herself didn't respond directly to Haliburton's question. Instead, her social media activity showed she was on the road with the Fever, catching a baseball game between the Baltimore Orioles and the Los Angeles Dodgers at Camden Yards. She posted from the stands as the Orioles defeated Shohei Ohtani and company, before preparing for Indiana's Sunday matchup against the Washington Mystics. A heated rivalry, a close game. While Clark stayed quiet on where her allegiances lay, the game itself delivered plenty of drama. Iowa State pulled off a narrow 16-13 victory, improving their record to 3-0 on the young season. The Hawkeyes, meanwhile, suffered their first loss, falling to 1-1. For Cyclones fans, the win was particularly sweet, adding another chapter to one of college football's fiercest in-state rivalries. Given Haliburton's ties to Iowa State through his brother, it's safe to assume he left the weekend with bragging rights, even if Clark's loyalty still remains unspoken. Haliburton's other troll, Kawhi Leonard. Caitlin Clark wasn't the only superstar to find herself in Haliburton's playful crosshairs on Big Noon Kickoff. When former Alabama running back Mark Ingram too mentioned that he wanted a cushy no-show job, Haliburton couldn't resist sliding in a subtle dig aimed at Los Angeles Clippers star Kawhi Leonard. The timing of the joke was notable. The Clippers are currently under NBA investigation following reports from journalist Pablo Torre that Leonard received a $28 million no-show job through Aspiration, a now-bankrupt company. The implication was that the deal allowed the franchise to circumvent salary cap rules. Clippers owner Steve Ballmer, who invested $50 million in the company, has strongly denied the allegations. Though Haliburton's remark was lighthearted, it showed that even while rehabbing his Achilles injury, he's keeping a close eye on the wider basketball landscape, and isn't afraid to poke fun when the opportunity arises. More than just jokes. Haliburton's personality has always been part of what makes him so popular, both in Indiana and across the league. His willingness to mix humor with competitiveness endears him to fans, and his interactions with Caitlin Clark underscore how much Indiana basketball has embraced its new generation of stars. For Clark, the playful trolling only adds to her growing celebrity status. She may not have answered Haliburton's question, but her silence leaves plenty of room for speculation. Did she quietly cheer for her Hawkeyes, or was she impressed by the Cyclones' upset win? Either way, Haliburton ensured the rivalry had a little extra spice this year. And while he continues to recover from injury, his voice and his sense of humor remain very much in the game.